Welcome to English Tips and Podcast.
Listen, practice, and learn.
Hey everyone, welcome back to English Tips and Podcast. I'm Ethan.
And I'm Olivia. Ethan, can I ask you something personal?
Uh-oh, this sounds serious. Sure, go ahead.
When you got your first job, did you negotiate your salary?
Oh man, honestly, no, I didn't. I was so excited to get the job that I just said yes to whatever they offered.
See? That's exactly what I did too. And looking back, I definitely left money on the table.
Right, and you know what? Most people do this, especially when they're not confident in their English.
Exactly. Like negotiating salary in your own language is already scary, but in English, it feels impossible.
Yes, you're worried about sounding rude or greedy or saying the wrong thing and losing the job offer?
Right. So you just accept whatever they give you, even if it's less than you deserve.
Exactly. So today, we're going to fix that problem. We're talking about salary negotiation in English.
Yes, and this isn't just for job offers. We're also going to cover how to ask for a raise at your current job.
Right, because honestly, if you don't ask, you don't get. Companies rarely just give you more money out of nowhere.
So true. All right, so before we jump in, quick reminder, if you're finding these videos helpful, please hit that like button.
Yes, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're putting out practical English lessons every week.
Exactly. We cover job interviews, business emails, professional conversations, all the stuff you actually need for work.
So hit subscribe, turn on notifications, and let's get into today's lesson.
Love it. All right, let's learn how to negotiate your salary like a pro. Okay, so before we get into the exact phrases and strategies, let's talk about the mindset of salary negotiation.
Right, because I think a lot of people have the wrong idea about what negotiation actually is.
Exactly. So first, let's be clear. Negotiating is not greedy, it's not rude, and it's not going to make you lose the job.
Yes, in fact, most employers actually expect you to negotiate. They build it into their budget.
Right. They usually offer you a number that's lower than what they're willing to pay because they know you might ask for more.
Exactly. So if you just accept the first offer, you're probably leaving thousands of dollars on the table.
Yes, and over the course of your career, that adds up to hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Absolutely. So negotiating isn't greedy, it's smart. You're just making sure you're getting fair market value for your skills.
Exactly. Now, here's another important point. Negotiation is a conversation, not a confrontation.
Right. You're not fighting with the employer, you're working together to find a number that works for both of you.
Yes, and this is key. You want to stay collaborative and professional throughout the whole process.
Exactly. So no ultimatums, no threats, no aggressive language. Just calm, confident, professional discussion.
Perfect. All right, so now let's talk about when you should negotiate.
Okay, good question. So there are really two main scenarios. First, when you get a new job offer.
Right. They make you an offer, and before you accept, you negotiate for a better salary or benefits.
Exactly. And the second scenario is when you're already working somewhere and you want to ask for a raise.
Yes, and the strategies are slightly different for these two situations, so we'll cover both.
Perfect. Now, one more important point before we move on. You need to do your research.
Oh yes, this is so important. You can't just throw out random numbers. You need to know what the market rate is for your position.
Right. So before you negotiate, go to websites like Glassdoor, Salary.com, or LinkedIn Salary.
Yes, look up your job title, your location, and your experience level. See what other people are making.
Exactly. This gives you real data to back up your request. You're not just guessing.
Right. And it also helps you avoid asking for something completely unrealistic.
Perfect. All right, so those are the basics. Now let's get into the actual language and phrases you'll use.
All right, so now let's learn the building blocks, the phrases you'll use when negotiating salary.
Right. And remember, these phrases are designed to be polite but confident. You're not begging, but you're also not demanding.
Exactly. So let's start with category 1, expressing gratitude.
Okay, this is important. Always start by thanking them for the offer.
Right. So you can say, "Thank you so much for the offer. I'm really excited about this opportunity."
Perfect. Or, I appreciate you extending this offer to me. I'm very interested in joining your team.
Yes. Or simply, "Thank you for the offer. I'm thrilled about the possibility of working with you."
Great. Now, why is this important?
Because you're setting a positive tone. You're showing that you're genuinely interested, not just focused on money.
Exactly. All right, so that's expressing gratitude. Now let's move to category 2, asking for time.
Right. So you don't have to respond to a job offer immediately. You can ask for time to think about it.
Exactly. So you can say, could I have a few days to review the offer and get back to you?
Perfect. Or, "I'd like to take some time to consider this carefully. Would it be okay if I responded by Friday?"
Yes, or this is an important decision. May I have until early next week to think it over?
Great. And here's the thing. Most employers will give you at least a few days, sometimes up to a week.
Right, and this time is important because you need to do your research and prepare your negotiation strategy.
Exactly. All right, so that's asking for time. Now let's do category 3, opening the negotiation.
Okay, this is the big one. How do you actually bring up money without sounding greedy?
Right. So here are some good ways to start. You can say, "I'm very excited about this role. Based on my research and experience, I was hoping we could discuss the salary."
Perfect. Or, I'm really interested in this position. However, I was expecting a salary closer to your number. Is there any flexibility in the offer?
Yes. Or, "Thank you for the offer. I'm wondering if there's room to negotiate the base salary."
Great. Notice what's happening here. You're being direct, but polite. You're not apologizing, but you're not demanding either.
Exactly. You're just asking if it's possible. You're opening a conversation.
Right. Now let's talk about category 4, providing justification.
Yes, this is where you explain why you deserve more money, and this is where your research comes in.
Exactly. So you can say, based on market research, the average salary for this position in this area is X amount.
Perfect. Or, "Given my 5 years of experience and my track record of specific achievement, I believe your number is more aligned with my qualifications."
Yes, or I've been speaking with other companies, and the range I'm seeing for similar roles is X to Y.
Great. So you're giving them objective reasons, not just saying, "I want more money because I want more money."
Exactly. You're backing it up with data, with your experience, with market rates.
Right. Now let's do category 5, discussing other benefits.
Okay, this is important because salary isn't the only thing you can negotiate.
Right. Sometimes the company truly can't budge on salary, so you can ask about other things.
Exactly. So you could say, if the salary is fixed, would it be possible to discuss other benefits, such as additional vacation days or a signing bonus?
Perfect. Or, "I understand the salary range is set. Could we talk about flexible work arrangements or professional development opportunities?"
Yes. Or, if you're unable to increase the base salary, would you consider a performance bonus or stock options?
Great. So you're showing flexibility. You're not just saying, "More money or I walk."
Exactly. You're being collaborative and finding creative solutions.
Right. All right. Now, category 6, responding to a counteroffer.
Okay, so let's say you ask for $80,000 and they come back with $75,000. What do you say?
Right. So you can say, "Thank you for considering my request. While $75,000 is closer to what I was hoping for, I was really aiming for $80,000. Is there any way to meet in the middle?"
Perfect. Or, I appreciate you increasing the offer. Could we possibly reach $78,000? That would make this decision much easier for me.
Yes. Or, "Thank you for the revised offer. If we could get to $77,000, I'd be ready to accept today."
Great. Notice you're still being positive and appreciative, but you're continuing to negotiate.
Exactly. And you're giving specific numbers, not just vague requests.
Right. Okay, now category 7,
Accepting an offer.
Yes. So once you've negotiated and you're happy with the final number, you need to formally accept.
Right, so you can say, "Thank you so much. I'm excited to accept the offer at $78,000. When should I expect the written offer letter?"
Perfect. Or, I'm thrilled to accept this offer. Thank you for working with me on the salary. I'm looking forward to starting.
Yes. Or, "This is wonderful. I accept the position at the agreed salary of $78,000. I can't wait to join the team."
Great. And always make sure you get everything in writing before you quit your old job.
Yes, super important. Don't give notice until you have a signed offer letter.
Exactly. All right. And finally, category 8, declining an offer.
Right. Sometimes, even after negotiating, the offer just isn't enough, and that's okay.
Yes. So you need to know how to decline politely and professionally.
Exactly. So you can say, "Thank you so much for your time and for working with me on the offer. After careful consideration, I've decided to pursue another opportunity that's a better fit for me at this time."
Perfect. Or, I really appreciate the offer and the flexibility you've shown. Unfortunately, the salary is below what I need to make this move. I hope we can work together in the future.
Yes. Or, "Thank you for considering me for this role. While I'm grateful for the offer, I've decided it's not the right fit for me right now. I wish you and the team all the best."
Great. You're being gracious, professional, and leaving the door open for future opportunities.
Exactly. You never know when you might cross paths with these people again.
Right. Okay, so those are 8 essential categories of phrases. Let me quickly recap them.
Yes, please.
All right, so we have 1, expressing gratitude, 2, asking for time, 3, opening the negotiation, 4, providing justification, 5, discussing other benefits, 6, responding to a counteroffer, 7, accepting an offer, and 8, declining an offer.
Perfect. And honestly, if you master these 8 categories, you can handle almost any salary negotiation.
Absolutely. All right, now let's talk about some important do's and don'ts.
Okay, so now let's cover what you should do and what you should absolutely avoid during salary negotiations.
Right, because even if you use the right phrases, you can still make mistakes if you don't follow these rules.
Exactly. So let's start with the do's. First, do your research.
Yes, we mentioned this before, but it's so important. Know what the market rate is for your position.
Right. Use websites like Glassdoor, Payscale, Salary.com. Look at job postings for similar roles.
Exactly. This way, when you ask for a number, you can back it up with data.
Perfect. All right. Second do negotiate via email or phone call, not during the initial interview.
Right. The time to negotiate is after they've made you an official offer, not during the first meeting.
Exactly. You want them to fall in love with you first, and then you negotiate.
Yes, great way to put it. All right. Third do. Do focus on your value, not your needs.
This is important. Don't say, "I need more money because I have bills," or "I need more because rent is expensive."
Right. Instead, focus on what you bring to the company, your skills, your experience, your achievements.
Exactly. Employers don't care about your personal financial situation. They care about the value you provide to them.
Perfect. All right. Fourth do. Do specify with numbers.
Yes, don't say, "I'd like more money." Say, "I was hoping for $78,000," or "Could we reach $75,000?"
Right. Specific numbers show you've done your research and you know what you're worth.
Exactly. All right, fifth do be willing to walk away.
This is tough, but so important. If the offer is truly not enough, you need to be prepared to decline it.
Right, because if you accept something way below market rate just because you're desperate, you'll regret it later.
Exactly. And honestly, if you're confident enough to walk away, that confidence often leads to a better offer.
Yes, companies respect people who know their worth.
Absolutely. All right, now let's talk about the don'ts. First, don't lie.
Oh yes, this is crucial. Don't make up numbers or fake other offers.
Right. If you say, I have another offer for $90,000 and they ask to see it, you're in big trouble.
Exactly. Be honest. You can say, "Based on my research, similar positions pay X dollars," without lying.
Perfect. All right. Second don't. Don't apologize for negotiating.
Yes, don't say, I'm so sorry, but, or I hate to ask, but.
Right. Apologizing makes you sound insecure and weak.
Exactly. You have nothing to apologize for. Negotiating is normal and expected.
Yes, be polite, but be confident. All right, third don't. Don't make it personal.
Right. Don't say things like, my friend makes more than this, or my last boss paid me better.
Exactly. That sounds petty and unprofessional. Focus on market rates and your own value.
Perfect. Fourth don't give an ultimatum unless you're truly willing to walk away.
Yes, don't say, give me $80,000 or I'm rejecting the offer, unless you really mean it.
Right, because if they call your bluff and you back down, you've lost all negotiating power.
Exactly. And fifth don't negotiate too many times.
Right. 1 or 2 rounds of negotiation is normal, but if you keep going back and forth 5 times, you'll annoy them.
Yes, at some point you need to either accept or decline. Don't drag it out forever.
Exactly. All right, so those are the important do's and don'ts.
Perfect. Now let's move to the practical examples so you can see how this all works in real conversations.
All right, everyone. Now that you know the foundation, let's see how this actually works in real situations.
Yes, we're going to go through 5 different scenarios. Pay close attention to how we use the phrases we just taught you.
Perfect. So let's start with example number 1.
Okay, so example number 1 is negotiating a new job offer.
Right. So here's the situation. You just received a job offer for $70,000, but based on your research, you know the market rate is $75,000 to $80,000.
Okay, so you want to negotiate for more. Let's listen to the conversation and then we'll break it down.
Sounds good.
Hi, Sarah. Thank you so much for the offer. I'm really excited about the opportunity to join the marketing team.
We're excited to have you. We think you'd be a great fit.
Thank you. I've been reviewing the offer, and I'd like to discuss the salary if that's okay.
Of course. What did you have in mind?
Well, based on my research of similar positions in this area, and considering my 5 years of experience in digital marketing, I was hoping we could reach $78,000. Would that be possible?
Let me check with my team. Can I get back to you tomorrow?
Absolutely. Thank you for considering it.
Hi, I spoke with the team. We can offer you $75,000. Would that work for you?
Thank you so much for the increase. I really appreciate your flexibility. If we could meet at $77,000, I'd be ready to accept the offer today.
Let me see what I can do. Okay, we can do $76,500. That's our final offer.
That's great. I'm happy to accept at $76,500. Thank you so much for working with me on this. When can I expect the written offer?
I'll send it over this afternoon. Welcome to the team.
Thank you. I'm so excited to start.
Okay, perfect. So let's break this down step by step.
Right. So first, notice how the candidate started. Thank you so much for the offer. I'm really excited about the opportunity.
Exactly. Positive and grateful. This sets a good tone.
Right. And then, I've been reviewing the offer and I'd like to discuss the salary if that's okay.
So you're being direct but polite. You're not apologizing, but you're asking permission to have the conversation.
Exactly. And the manager responds positively. Of course. What did you have in mind?
Right. And now comes the important part. Look at how the candidate justifies their request.
Yes. Based on my research of similar positions in this area and considering my 5 years of experience in digital marketing, I was hoping we could reach $78,000.
Perfect. So they gave 2 reasons, market research and personal experience.
Exactly. They're not just saying, I want more. They're explaining why they deserve more.
Right. And notice they gave a specific number, $78,000, not more money or a better salary.
Exactly. And then the manager says they need to check with their team. This is very common.
Right. Don't panic if they don't say yes immediately. They usually need to get approval.
Exactly. So the candidate responds, absolutely. Thank you for considering it. Positive and patient.
Perfect. Now the next day, the manager comes back with $75,000.
This is a counteroffer.
Right. So notice how the candidate responds. Thank you so much for the increase. I really appreciate your flexibility.
So you're acknowledging their effort. You're not saying that's not enough. You're showing appreciation first.
Exactly. And then, if we could meet at $77,000, I'd be ready to accept the offer today.
Okay, this is smart. You're moving toward them. You asked for $78,000, they offered $75,000, and now you're suggesting $77,000 as a compromise.
Yes. And you added, I'd be ready to accept the offer today. This creates urgency.
Right. You're telling them that if they meet this number, the negotiation is over.
Exactly. So the manager comes back with $76,500, close to your ask.
Right, and now you have a decision. Is $76,500 close enough to your target? In this case, the candidate decides yes.
Right. So they say, that's great. I'm happy to accept at $76,500.
Perfect. Clear acceptance. And then, thank you so much for working with me on this.
Yes, you're being gracious and appreciative. You're leaving a positive impression.
Exactly. And finally, when can I expect the written offer?
Very important. Always get it in writing before you quit your old job.
Absolutely. All right, so let me recap this example. Step 1, express gratitude and excitement. Step 2, ask to discuss salary politely. Step 3, provide specific justification with data. Step 4, give a specific target number. Step 5, be patient while they consider. Step 6, acknowledge their counteroffer positively. Step 7, continue negotiating with compromise. Step 8, accept clearly and request written confirmation.
Perfect. And the result? The candidate started at $70,000 and ended up at $76,500. That's an extra $6,500 per year.
Yes, which over 5 years is over $30,000.
Exactly. So negotiation absolutely pays off.
Definitely. All right, so that's example number 1. Now let's move to example number 2.
Okay, so example number 2 is asking for a raise at your current job.
Right, so this is different from negotiating a new job offer. You're already working there and you want to increase your salary.
Exactly. And this requires a slightly different approach. You need to show why you've earned it.
Right, so here's the situation. You've been at your company for 2 years, you've taken on more responsibilities, and you haven't had a raise yet.
Okay, so let's listen to this conversation. This is usually done in person or via video call, not email.
Right, good point. Face-to-face is better for asking for a raise.
All right, here we go.
Hi, Mr. Johnson. Thank you for meeting with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Of course. What did you want to discuss?
Well, I've been with the company for 2 years now, and I wanted to talk about my compensation.
Okay, go ahead.
Over the past year, I've taken on significantly more responsibilities. I'm now managing the entire social media strategy, which wasn't part of my original role. I also led the Q2 campaign that increased our engagement by 40%.
Yes, you've been doing great work.
Thank you. I've also been researching market salaries for my role and experience level, and I've found that similar positions are paying between $65,000 and $75,000. Currently, I'm at $58,000.
I see.
Based on my expanded responsibilities and my performance over the past 2 years, I'd like to request a salary increase to $68,000. I believe this would be more in line with the value I'm providing to the team.
That's a significant increase. Let me review your performance and our budget, and I'll get back to you by next week.
I understand. Thank you for considering it. If it helps, I'm happy to provide documentation of my achievements and contributions.
That would be helpful, yes. Send that over and I'll review everything.
Perfect. I'll send that today. Thank you again for your time.
Hi, I've reviewed your request. I can approve a raise to $64,000. I know it's not the full amount you asked for, but it's what we can do right now.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. Is there a possibility of revisiting this in 6 months, perhaps after the annual review?
Yes, absolutely. If you continue performing at this level, we can discuss further increases then.
That sounds fair. Thank you so much for working with me on this.
Okay, great. So let's analyze what happened here.
Right. So first, notice the opening. Thank you for meeting with me today. I really appreciate you taking the time.
Yes, polite and respectful. You're showing appreciation for their time.
Exactly. And then, I've been with the company for 2 years now, and I wanted to talk about my compensation.
Direct but professional. You're stating the topic clearly.
Right. And now comes the crucial part, showing your value. Look at what they said. Over the past year, I've taken on significantly more responsibilities.
Yes, and they gave specific examples, managing social media strategy and leading a successful campaign.
Exactly. And they even quantified it. Increased our engagement by 40%.
Yes, numbers are so powerful. They prove your impact.
Right. And then they brought in market data. Similar positions are paying between $65,000 and $75,000.
Perfect. So they're showing external benchmarks, not just personal opinion.
Exactly. And then they clearly state their request. I'd like to request a salary increase to $68,000.
Specific number again. Not I'd like a raise, but I'd like $68,000.
Right. And they explain why, based on my expanded responsibilities and my performance.
Perfect. Now the manager says they need to review. This is normal.
Right. And the employee responds positively. I understand. Thank you for considering it.
Yes, and then offers to help. I'm happy to provide documentation of my achievements.
Smart move. This shows you're organized and serious.
Exactly. So 1 week later, the manager comes back with $64,000. Not the full $68,000, but still a significant raise.
Right. $6,000 more per year. Now, look at how the employee responds.
Yes. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Positive first.
Right. And then, is there a possibility of revisiting this in 6 months?
Smart. You're accepting the current offer, but leaving the door open for more.
Exactly. And the manager agrees. So you got a raise now and a promise to discuss more later.
Yes, and you maintained a great relationship with your boss throughout.
Perfect. So let me recap this example. Step 1, schedule a dedicated meeting. Step 2, thank them for their time. Step 3, state your topic clearly. Step 4, provide specific examples of your increased value. Step 5, use numbers and data. Step 6, give market comparisons. Step 7, state your specific request. Step 8, be patient while they review. Step 9, provide supporting documentation. Step 10, accept graciously and plan for future discussions.
Excellent summary. And the key takeaway? You went from $58,000 to $64,000 with potential for more in 6 months.
Exactly. Asking for a raise works when you can prove your value.
Absolutely. All right, let's move to example number 3. Okay, so example number 3 is negotiating benefits when salary is fixed.
Right. So sometimes the company truly cannot budge on salary. Maybe it's a government job or a union position, or they have strict pay bans.
Exactly. But that doesn't mean you can't negotiate. There are other things besides base salary.
Right. So let's listen to this conversation and then we'll break it down.
Thank you so much for the offer. I'm really excited about joining the team.
We're excited to have you.
I was hoping we could discuss the salary. Based on my research, I was expecting something closer to $75,000. Is there any flexibility?
I understand, but unfortunately, this position is in a fixed pay band. The maximum we can offer for this level is $70,000.
I see. Thank you for explaining that. Since the base salary is fixed, would it be possible to discuss other aspects of the compensation package?
Sure. What did you have in mind?
Well, I was wondering if we could discuss additional vacation days, perhaps starting with 3 weeks instead of 2. I value work-life balance highly.
I think we could arrange that. What else?
Would it be possible to work from home 2 days a week? And also, is there a professional development budget I could use for courses or conferences?
Remote work twice a week shouldn't be a problem. And yes, we have a $2,000 annual professional development budget that you'd be eligible for.
That's wonderful. If we could confirm the 3 weeks of vacation, the 2-day remote, and the development budget, I'd be very happy to accept the offer at $70,000.
Let me get that approved officially, but I don't foresee any problems. I'll send you an updated offer letter with all of this included.
Perfect. Thank you so much for working with me on this.
Excellent. So let's break this one down too.
Right, so first, the candidate tried to negotiate salary, which is always worth a shot.
Yes, but the manager explained it's in a fixed pay band, so salary is truly off the table.
Right, now watch what the candidate does. They don't give up. They say, since the base salary is fixed, would it be possible to discuss other aspects of the compensation package?
Perfect pivot. You're showing flexibility and problem solving.
Exactly. And then they ask for specific things: extra vacation days, remote work, and professional development budget.
Yes, and these are all valuable. An extra week of vacation is worth a lot.
Absolutely. And working from home saves commute time and money.
Right, and a $2,000 learning budget helps your career growth.
Exactly. So even though the salary stayed at $70,000, the total compensation package got much better.
Yes, and at the end, the candidate summarizes everything. If we could confirm the 3 weeks of vacation, the 2 remote days, and the development budget, I'd be very happy to accept.
Smart. You're making sure everything is clear and agreed upon.
Exactly. And you're showing you're ready to accept if they confirm these benefits.
Perfect. So the lesson here, salary isn't everything. Think about the total package.
Absolutely. Sometimes a lower salary with better benefits is actually better than higher salary with no perks.
Great point. All right, let's move to example number 4.
Excellent. So let's break this one down too.
Right, so first, the candidate tried to negotiate salary, which is always worth a shot.
Yes, but the manager explains it's in a fixed pay band, so salary is truly off the table.
Right, now watch what the candidate does. They don't give up. They say, since the base salary is fixed, would it be possible to discuss other aspects of the compensation package?
Perfect pivot. You're showing flexibility and problem solving.
Exactly, and then they ask for specific things: extra vacation days, remote work, and professional development budget.
Yes, and these are all valuable. An extra week of vacation is worth a lot.
Absolutely, and working from home saves commute time and money.
Right, and a $2,000 learning budget helps your career growth.
Exactly, so even though the salary stayed at $70,000, the total compensation package got much better.
Yes, and at the end, the candidate summarizes everything. If we could confirm the 3 weeks of vacation, the 2 remote days, and the development budget, I'd be very happy to accept.
Smart. You're making sure everything is clear and agreed upon.
Exactly, and you're showing you're ready to accept if they confirm these benefits.
Perfect. So the lesson here, salary isn't everything. Think about the total package.
Absolutely. Sometimes a lower salary with better benefits is actually better than a higher salary with no perks.
Great point. All right, let's move to example number 4. Okay, so example number 4 is declining an offer after negotiation.
Right. So sometimes, even after negotiating, the offer just isn't enough and you need to say no.
Exactly, and you want to do this professionally because you never know when you'll cross paths again.
Right. So let's listen to this conversation.
Hi, Jennifer. Thank you so much for working with me on the offer over the past week. I really appreciate your flexibility and patience.
Of course. So, have you made a decision?
Yes, and this was a really difficult decision because I'm genuinely excited about the role and the team. However, after careful consideration, I've decided that the salary of $68,000 is below what I need to make this career move.
I'm sorry to hear that. Is there anything else we can do?
I really appreciate you asking. Unfortunately, I've received another offer that's significantly higher, and I've decided to accept that position.
I understand. Well, we're disappointed, but we wish you the best in your new role.
Thank you so much. I really hope we can work together in the future. I'll keep in touch.
Okay, so this is how you decline gracefully.
Right. First notice, thank you so much for working with me on the offer over the past week.
Yes, you're acknowledging their effort. Even though you're saying no, you're being appreciative.
Exactly. And then, this was a really difficult decision because I'm genuinely excited about the role.
So you're being honest about your interest. It's not personal, it's just about the numbers.
Right. And then you're clear. I've decided that the salary of $68,000 is below what I need.
Direct, but polite. No beating around the bush.
Exactly. The manager asks if there is anything else they can do. Always be prepared for this.
Right. Sometimes they might come back with a better offer. But in this case, you have another offer, so you're comfortable declining.
Yes, I've received another offer that's significantly higher, honest and straightforward.
Right. And notice you didn't burn any bridges. You said, I really hope we can work together in the future.
Yes, because maybe in 2 years, they'll have a better position with a better salary.
Exactly. Always leave on good terms.
Absolutely. All right, last example.
Okay, final example. This is responding to what are your salary expectations during an interview.
Right, this is tricky because they're asking you to name a number first.
Exactly, and ideally you want them to make the first offer, but sometimes you have to answer.
Right, so here are 3 ways to handle this. Let me read them. Strategy 1. Deflect politely. Interviewer, what are your salary expectations for this role? You, that's a great question. To be honest, I'm more focused on finding the right fit and opportunity for growth. I'm confident we can agree on a fair salary once we determine I'm the right person for this role. What range did you have budgeted for this position? Strategy 2. Give a wide range based on research. Interviewer, what are your salary expectations? You, based on my research of similar roles in this area, I've seen positions ranging from $70,000 to $85,000, depending on the specific responsibilities and benefits package. I'm flexible within that range depending on the overall compensation. Strategy 3. State your requirements clearly. Interviewer, what salary are you looking for? You, based on my 6 years of experience and my expertise in project management, along with market research for this role, I'm looking for a salary in the range of $80,000 to $85,000. Of course, I'm open to discussing this based on the full compensation package.
Okay, so 3 different strategies. Let's talk about when to use each one.
Right. Strategy 1, the deflect, works best early in the interview process when they don't know much about you yet.
Exactly. You're basically saying, let's make sure I'm qualified first, then we'll talk money.
Right. Strategy 2, the wide range, is good when you're not sure exactly what the role entails yet.
Yes, you're showing you've done research, but you're staying flexible.
Exactly. And strategy 3, being direct, works when you know your worth and you're confident in your qualifications.
Right. You're stating a clear range based on experience and research.
Yes. And notice in all 3 strategies, you mention being flexible or open to discussion.
Exactly. You're not being rigid, you're showing you're reasonable.
Perfect. All right, so those are our 5 practical examples.
Wow, we covered so much today. Let's do a quick recap of everything we learned.
Yes, so first, we talked about the mindset of negotiation. What was the key point there?
That negotiation is not greedy or rude. It's normal, expected, and smart.
Exactly. And we said negotiation is a conversation, not a confrontation.
Right. You're working together to find a fair number, not fighting.
Perfect. And then we learned 8 categories of essential phrases. Can you remember some key ones?
Sure. We had, thank you so much for the offer. I'm really excited. For expressing gratitude. Based on my research and experience, I was hoping we could discuss. For opening negotiation. And if we could reach specific number, I'd be ready to accept today. For responding to counteroffers.
Perfect. And we covered important do's and don'ts.
What were some critical ones?
Do your research and know market rates. Do focus on your value, not your needs. Don't apologize for negotiating. And don't give ultimatums unless you're truly willing to walk away.
Excellent. And then we saw 5 practical examples showing exactly how these conversations actually work.
Yes, we saw negotiating a new job offer, asking for a raise, negotiating benefits when salary is fixed, declining an offer professionally, and responding to salary questions in interviews.
Perfect. So what's the main takeaway from all of this?
That you must negotiate. If you don't ask, you don't get. Companies expect it and respect it.
Yes, and over your career, learning to negotiate will literally earn you hundreds of thousands of extra dollars.
Absolutely. So practice these phrases, do your research, and be confident in your value.
Exactly. All right, so if this video was helpful, please hit that like button and subscribe to our channel.
Yes, we upload new practical English lessons every week. Job interviews, business emails, professional conversations, everything you need for work.
Right, and share this video with anyone who's looking for a job or asking for a raise.
Yes, this is information everyone needs, but schools never teach. And remember, you're worth it. Don't sell yourself short.
Exactly. Good luck with your negotiations.
We'll see you in the next video.